Right, well g'day and welcome back to the channel once again. So a little bit of a change of pace this week. We are taking a look at a new bit of kit that we've got for the channel, and it is a bit of equipment that we've been using for quite a while now, a couple of years. I have had the Wireless Go 2s for about 5 years now, and unfortunately just through lots of use the batteries have started swelling on them. I've not really been religious with where I've been charging them, so it's probably partially my fault that they've started to swell. I've been charging them sort of in the truck and various other different places. The base unit itself is totally fine, but the microphone pieces themselves have started to sort of swell a bit, so we had to get a new bit of kit. And we've got the new Gen 3 now. So when you open the container, you basically get all the pieces all set out here. You also get a plug here, which exactly the same as the old unit, is to be plugged into the base of the transmitter unit here. And one of the really great things about this unit is that you can use it for different things. Now, what I use it for might be completely different for what you use it for, but what I use it for is to plug into the video camera, and that's the one that's actually recording right now. So I just plug that into an audio input of there. And what happens with these things, if you're not familiar, is that both of these transmitters transmit to this base unit here. So these are wireless, they're Bluetooth, and they've now got a much better range, which you'll see on screen. And a couple of things just on the range of these as well, and the way they actually set up. There's a couple of different ways you can set them up. You can have them as a single unit each. So if you're doing, say, an interview with somebody and you want to have one audio for yourself and one audio for the person that you're actually interviewing, you can set them up that way. Or you can actually split, as you'll see on the screen here, and have both of the units as one audio stream going onto the base unit, which is pretty cool as well. Now, just a couple of other different things on this as well is you can actually charge these, as you always have been able to, via USB. Now, in the box itself, you get this little daisy chain kind of USB-C charger, so you can just sort of plug everything in to that, like that, without the windsocks on, of course, because it doesn't actually fit correctly with those on. You could do it like that and get it to fit, but for the most part you probably pretty much want to have the windsocks off to charge them on that little daisy chaining device there. It's not something that I'd really use, but some people might get use out of it. Now, a couple of other little setups that you may actually want to use as well is you can actually connect your USB-C here directly into an iPad or an iPhone, and you actually get the cable for that in your packaging as well, which is pretty cool. And you can just pair it with the app, and you can also connect and pair with an Android as well. So if you're doing vlogging or something with your phone, it's a good option for that as well. And we'll take a little bit of a run through that as well. Now, in terms of setting this thing up, you don't actually really require much setup, but if it's not set up, it's pretty simple to do so. So what you need to do is just press the button on the main button on the base here, which is the big O, and press that once, and then press it once on those, and they come pre-configured out of the box with that actually already set up. Now, if they don't actually set up correctly, all you need to do is just press on the right hand button here once, just to get to the device screen, and you'll see on the screen here, hold to pair new device, and all you need to do is just press that, and it says pair TX now, and then you just press and hold your button on the microphone itself for a second, and it will flash blue as it's doing now, and you'll see it's picking up my audio, and I'm now connected. Now if we do a similar thing here, we go hold to pair new device, pair TX now, we'll press and hold that button, and you'll see it only takes a few seconds for it to pair up, which is good. So both of those are now paired, and we've now got 2 incoming audio streams connected to those. Now you'll see at the top of the screen here we have 2 individual streams, and if we wanted to connect and have it as one audio stream, instead of getting the 2 little up and down indicators there, you'd have one, which you'll see on your screen here. So that's pretty helpful as well. So you get a good indicator of what's going on there, and in terms of your buttons as well and your lights, you've got a mute button, so if you just press and hold for a second there, it turns the device off, and press and hold for a second, it turns it on, and that is on the microphone itself. And to mute, you just press for 1 second there, and you'll see on the bass there it has muted, and just press it for half a second there again, and it's now not muted anymore. And that's a pretty simple thing to do. The other extremely handy thing as well is that you'll also see that the bass units themselves, the microphone units themselves, actually have a red light on them now, which was something that wasn't included on the last unit, which now indicates when they're recording audio as well. So that's extremely handy, especially if you're doing, say, an interview or something like that with somebody. You can tell that you've actually got audio being recorded at the time, and you can also see as well on the receiver unit as well, you also have these 2 red indicators next to the 2 streams as well that let you know audio is currently being recorded, which is super handy. And the unit itself comes with this little carrying case as well, which the Wireless 2 also did, so that's a pretty handy little thing to have, which you just throw everything into your camera bag. And with regards to the cables that you get, we have, there's our USB-C to USB-C, and we've also got our iPad to USB-C, which is to connect the bass unit to your iPad directly, or the USB-C to the USB-C. So what I'll do now is I'll just plug this in here. And now we're getting a option, and there we go, it shows us all of our indicators for what devices we have. We've got 3 devices, how much battery they have, 90% on all 3 of them. We've got the bass unit, the transmitters, and we can show that they are all connected up, which is pretty cool. And I mentioned before about the channel routing. We can have a merged signal there, or we can split the signals, and you'll see on the screen here it shows you merged and split, and you can see M and S on the top of your indicator screen on the transmitter itself, which is pretty good. And the output gain mode I currently have to manual, and that is because I adjust my volume on my video camera itself, and that's pretty simple and pretty self-explanatory for that. Now you can actually change what all of these buttons do as well. We've currently got it set up here that pressing the O button on the receiver records. So if we were to press the record button there, we currently have 2 red indicators there on the screen, so that's letting us know that we're actually recording. And you can just press it really quickly again and that'll stop it. And in terms of power supply here, so we currently have left these on. If we don't actually get any signal or any use, these will turn themselves off after 15 minutes as well. Now you can synchronize the time and everything on this as well, and you get that once you connect to the app via your computer or via your phone, and you can do it via either, which is very, very helpful. And you can see we've got information there on our firmware as well, and you can rename the device into whatever you want to rename it as well. So there's a lot of very cool and very interesting things you can do with this, but for me personally, the big thing is that I can just plug it straight into my video camera and it goes. And it's extremely simple, extremely reliable, and you can also set it up where you have a redundant audio stream as well, which will save on the base units as well. So if you're recording on this microphone here, it will save a redundant audio track on whatever you're connected to. So if there's any problem at all with the connection, you've got redundancy, which is awesome. And because of the 32-bit float recording that's available with this, it's almost impossible to clip the audio. So if you happen to not adjust your audio settings correctly, you've got plenty of headroom to be able to turn the volume down on what you've actually recorded, which is awesome. In terms of everything else, I really don't think there's too much else we can cover. We've covered connecting them pretty easily. Now these fit really easily into a hot shoe as well. I've got a little hot shoe adapter that I've got connected there. You'll see on the back here there's a little clip, and that clip serves a dual purpose. You can clip it onto your clothes or something, but it's also the same size as a hot shoe connection, and I've got a little hot shoe adjustment mount there on the back of my base, which it very easily just slips onto and connects onto, and now I've got that tightened on, so I'm not taking it off. But it's pretty easy to get everything on and off. So they've thought of a lot of different connection cases with this, and yeah, it's pretty damn handy, and something that comes in extremely handy on the channel for me, and with the range that you get as well, it's something that's incredibly handy for me. Now this is just something that I bought myself, by the way, as well. It's not in any way connected with Rode, but I just happen to have bought a couple of these different units now, and I love them. And I got this on sale at JB, which is why I grabbed it. It was a lot of money off the original retail price, which is why I waited so long to grab it. This unit itself has actually been out for a while now, but we waited a while before we actually grabbed one. Alright, well, I think that will just about cover us. Now I know that's not our usual content, but unfortunately I'm a little bit under the weather this week, so we have not got any destinations that we've got on the books, but we will resume normal service next week, and we'll get back out and film some more destinations. We'll see you then.